It's 3 o'clock, so let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Elise, roll call.
Okay. Commissioner Rivers.
Here.
Commissioner Way.
Here.
Commissioner Flowers.
Here.
Commissioner Brown. He is absent and he's still in quarantine.
Okay, we just have enough people to conduct. The only business today is going to be adopting a proposed millage rate. We can't really vote on anything else but that. We can discuss anything we want to, but that's the only action item there will be. In fact, the minutes, you may notice, is not on the agenda, the approval of minutes. That will be done at the August meeting. All right, do I have a motion to adopt the approval of the agenda?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Okay, is there anybody from the public who would like to speak? You have 5 minutes. All right. Seeing none, we'll go to the government representatives and comments. Jim, do you have some comments?
Jim Piggott, Director of General Services, City of St. Augustine. Some good news. If you remember back in, I think it was June, it could be off a month, we submitted an invoice to the Port District for a derelict boat or two and a boat that was broke loose and was floating down the river. Sea tow caught it and brought it back.
Just let me interrupt you. When you're speaking, can you just take the mask off?
Yes.
That would help. Okay.
Yeah. About a month or two, I submitted an invoice to the Port District for a derelict boat or two, I can't remember it exactly, and the bill, which was included for $700 for a boat that broke loose and was floating down the river. Sea tow caught it, and that's what they charged. That boater's insurance since paid the city, and we should have a check cut for you in the next day or two, coming back to the port. So that's all I have.
Thank you very much. You bring good news.
You giving us money back, Mr. Piggott?
Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful. Thank you, sir.
I don't see any more government representatives, so we'll skip on down to the Secretary Treasurer's report. Elise?
Okay. For the city police law enforcement overtime, what was committed was $8,000. To date, we've spent $1973. The St. Johns County Sheriff's Department overtime, we committed $20,000, spent $86.33. Derelict boats, I believe, was $25,000 is what we budgeted for, and we've spent $19,446, of which we're getting $700 back, right? Yeah. We haven't spent any money on unspecified projects. The navigational repairs was $9,500 of the $10,000 budgeted. And other than that, the regatta of lights, which is from last November, was done, and in the the Florida State Board of Administration, in that account we have $23,109. In the operating account, we have $134,596. And in the reserve account, I call it the money market because we do get interest on that, not much. There's $2,283,548. Interest rates have gone down considerably, so we're still making something, just not enough, or not anything big. But other than that, and then as of, okay, so we budgeted for the taxes for this current fiscal year, $570,634, and we've received $564,966, and we are expecting about $5,668 that's left to come in. And that will be until, like I said, we won't be seeing any more money coming in until November, early December.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Elise? All right, thank you. Engineering report.
First of all, I'd like to apologize for the last meeting. I was unable to attend last vestiges of my quarantine from exposure at the office, so thankfully everything was fine. So really don't have anything to report as far as anything new ongoing in the intervening time. Mr. Bedsole and I have worked out the language in our contract, but obviously you guys can't vote on that today, so we'll hold it off until the next board meeting and look forward to continued work with the
Okay, so you'll
district.
have that at the next meeting in August?
I'm sorry?
You'll have that the next meeting?
Yes, sir,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay, thank you. Okay, proposed millage rate. Elise?
All right, I've sent everybody two different scenarios. One is using last year's rate, and one is using the rollback rate. Last year's rate would give the port tax revenue increase of 6.69%. If you use the rollback rate, that's no increase. The only reason it would be higher is because of the real estate. So if you use, this is only preliminary. You can always change it if you go high. If you go low, it has to stay that way for forever. Well, for this fiscal year. So if you were to use the rollback rate, your tax revenue would be $583,400. Oh, God, I think I wrote the wrong, here it is. If you use the last year's rate, your income would be $622,423. So the difference probably was 588, 583, 20, maybe 35, 40,000 difference.
Okay. Well, as time goes by, it seems as if, the demands of this particular board get greater and greater. So I think, my opinion would be at this time, the safe thing to do would be to do the last year's rate, because like Elise says, we could always lower it.
Because
But
your first public
Right.
hearing will be on September 15th.
Okay.
And then
So
you
this
can-
is just preliminary? Mm-hmm. And do we need a motion, or is there discussion?
In other words, we're going to either vote to increase taxes or not to increase taxes. Is that correct?
To use either last year's rate or the rollback rate.
Right, so the rollback does not increase taxes?
The rollback does not.
Okay.
But like I said, if you go high, you could bring it back down on the September
Right.
public hearing meeting.
Well, my only discussion is I've never seen a politician go down on taxes after they voted one in, but okay.
That's
That's my only discussion. I've never seen that happen, but that's all I would have to say about it.
So are you making a motion to use?
Oh, no, do we need a motion? I'll make a motion to vote, if that's what we need.
We have to, yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we vote on it.
Okay, I can understand you.
What rate do you want?
Oh, you're asking me to vote now?
Yes.
Okay. I could not vote to raise taxes because we have $2,168,000 sitting in the bank. We need all kinds of things like boat landings and access, and we don't spend that money already. So what would be so I vote no. I vote for not increasing the taxes.
So you want the rollback rate?
Rollback, yes ma'am, rollback.
Okay, so your motion is to adopt the rollback rate.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
That's it? Okay, is there a second?
Now you and Chris.
Let me ask a question, Elise. On the, you're saying this is temporary, and then in September, there's a public hearing?
Yes, in September is your first public hearing, and then there's a final public hearing October 1st. So at your public hearing, you can vote to, and whoever's here from the public too, obviously can speak and discuss it. The rate, it's a very small rate compared to the other
Right.
taxes, but
Well,
you can bring it down, but you can't bring it up.
well, I think that Commissioner Flowers' point about having that 2+ million in the bank is something that we've touched on before, is to, what is that magic number that we need to keep in reserve for something catastrophic? So I think the thing to do is, I would make the motion to keep the rate as it is, and then going forward, when the board's here, we have a little bit more discussion on, how much of that money in reserve.
Okay,
Does that
Well, wait.
make sense to anybody on?
okay, Commissioner Flowers' motion died for lack of a second. And your motion is to
Yeah, to keep the original rate. and
last
then-
year's rate?
Yes.
Adopt last, okay, I'll second that motion.
You're
Okay, but-
seconding the motion?
Further discussion?
Well,
And then at the next meeting.
Well, yeah, and Commissioner Flowers, I'll have in mind that it really would be better when we make this large decision to have the two absent commissioners
I
here.
agree. I totally agree. It's just you're asking me to increase taxes when we don't have a single project on the books. We don't, I can't even, I've waited a long time just to get a vote on a kayak ramp. I cannot possibly increase taxes when we don't spend our money appropriately, in my opinion, nor do we supervise our money.
Okay, well,
So
you'll have
we could sit here all day long and I would never vote to increase taxes.
Okay, you'll have an opportunity to talk about that at the August regular meeting.
I think it's something that we need to discuss and I think at one time we had Carl Blow making some,
Could you not call Mr. Brown to break the tie today or over the?
No tie, though. No, I had to have, this is just a preliminary, I had to have,
So we don't need to vote then today?
I know. Well, you
Okay.
need the vote as to what you would like.
So again, if we have two votes for one millage rate and one vote for
Right.
another, how do we?
I
Well, you
have,
haven't
I mean,
voted.
I see we don't have a tie, but we don't have a quorum.
Yeah, but when
Okay.
you vote, it's 2-1, then it carries.
yeah.
Oh, it does? Okay. Yeah, I thought you had to have a quorum.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor and a second. Is there any more discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no.
No.
Motion passes.
so,
Well, why were you telling us we needed a quorum if a quorum is only,
you have a quorum.
you've always told me it was a quorum to vote on anything else was 3 people.
You've got 3 people.
But I'm not voting yes.
No.
You need you need to pass a resolution, you need a quorum of 3 people voting to pass it.
No, ma'am. It's not that 3 people have to pass it. It has to, and this is just a preliminary. You just need 3 people to vote on it. And if 2 of them vote one way and 1 votes the other, it's a quorum. We have a quorum and we have 2 votes to 1. So when Matt comes back on when he's here in the September meeting, this won't be brought up again until September. This will be brought up in September to decide whether you want to stay with the high rate or go with the lower rate, which Commissioner Flowers would like to, and when Matt comes back, because you could, this could.
I've never heard of a quorum being 2 people. I've always, on a board of 5, excuse me, let me finish my thought. On a board of 5 people, a quorum is always 3. I'll look into it, I totally take your word.
Agree.
But there's 3 people voting in favor, sir, not just 3 people voting against each other. It's 3 people voting to pass it that makes it pass.
Quorum.
But
so
okay,
you can have
I
a
believe you
meeting.
for now, okay?
Okay, we adopted the agenda, let's go down to.
Everything else here has taken 3 commissioners to
Discussion on the-
pass it, everything else.
Let's go to the
Mr.
discussion
Beckle,
on
could
the
you please-
May Street boat ramp for kayak launch.
Oh.
Commissioner Flowers.
I've discussed it for a year and a half, I'm just waiting on a vote. I was expecting a vote.
You just voted.
We'll do it, the July meeting was canceled for no reason. I will expect a vote then in August, can we put it on the,
There'll be more votes. There'll be more votes. This is for a tentative.
we just
rate.
need one vote so we can move forward to go and take it to the city and see what they think. Well, I'm talking about the kayak ramp, sir, not the millage.
Okay, Commissioner Flowers, any more on the kayak launch?
Just a vote would be nice. No more discussion on it, don't know what else to say.
All right. We're down to public comment, 5 minutes per individual. Anybody want to comment? 5 minutes. Okay, comments by commissioners. Commissioner White.
Yeah, I do. I had received an email on July 21st from Commissioner Flowers stating that I had a conflict of interest with Bacon Marine because of my boat lift company. She also stated that I negotiated multiple times with Bacon Marine. Both are false. Several months ago, the port had a problem finding a marine contractor that could fix the marker in Salt Run in a timely manner. I called a couple of contractors that I knew personally, but they could not do it quickly. I called Bacon Marine and they said they could do it. I supplied his number to the board and that's it. I don't know Mr. Bacon or any of his employees. I've never done business with Bacon Marine in any capacity. And as to the second repair he did, I had no involvement in this transaction at all. I don't appreciate someone questioning my integrity and will defend it when necessary, especially when an attack on my integrity was so falsely crafted.
May I get a copy of that, please, Miss Elise? Would you send me a copy of his statement later?
Here, you can have this one.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know Mr. Bacon.
Just so you know, Mr. Wade, when you pull up Mr. Bacon's website, the first thing that comes up is a no-profile list. When you look on his website, your no-profile list, which is a copyright, is the first thing on his website.
Help with that?
Well,
Can't help
just
that
saying, you
with
do
somebody,
business
folks.
with him, he gives you money, yes, sir, he sells your product. You're the only CEO of No Profile Lifts LLC, are you?
I've never done anything.
And all over his website, you're telling me you've never done business with him? Wow.
Okay, let's have
The
some
first thing up on
order,
his
please.
thing is your lift.
Hey, I can't help it if they
And
like
you
my
got it-
lips.
you-
I can't help it if they like my lips.
Okay, please note for the public record
Okay,
that I will be filing
This is,
an
that's
ethics
some order.
report with the state
Elise,
against Mr. Way
the next meeting date has
for doing
changed.
business with his business partner and family. By the way, how did you get the report? How did the report come in that channel marker was broken? Because neither one of our full-time police on the water ever saw it broken or injured.
Which one are you talking about?
The last one for
I
$9,500?
had nothing to do with that last one whatsoever. Nothing.
That's not what you said at the meeting, so please go check that,
I said
the
the
public
first-
Hey,
record.
listen, this is interrupted into an argument between two individuals.
Oh, I
Has
know.
nothing to do with the
I'm
port
responding
right
to
now.
his comment,
Now,
and I'm informing the board that I am filing
In
an ethics
August-
report,
Go ahead.
an ethics complaint.
Go
You
ahead.
have funneled port money into your business partner's account,
Right.
and now you're
Thank you.
claiming don't even know a man that sells your product.
Thank you, Ms. Flowers.
That's
In
amazing.
August, the 18th of August is the early voting, I believe.
Tom, no. This place is being used as a early voting. Our next meeting will be August 25th.
Instead of the
Following
18th.
Tuesday, yes.
Instead of the 18th,
Yes.
okay. Any more comments by commissioners? All right, this meeting is adjourned.
But there's another meeting August 1st.
No,
I thought you said you have a budget, not August 1st.
October.
Chris?